Alright, hello everyone.
Whoa!
I'm perfect. Your audio is working too. We are all good. Alright. Welcome back to 428 Shibuya Scramble. We're slowly getting somewhere. Slowly.
We still did a lot last time.
We did. Yeah,
I
so
feel accomplished.
we have our recap. We got Tateno's backstory of how Kotone died in front of him while trying to save baby Suzune from a meth addict. Then he decided to obey Daisuke's order to lobotomize Hitomi for Suzune's health. And that, Kano, is the story of how Tateno met Achi's mother. I hate that, but thank you.
How I met your mother.
Yeah.
And died. And
Yeah.
she died. Anyway, wow, nice.
Meanwhile, Maria dissociated and had a flashback to Kanan, giving self-defense lessons and describing Alfred as a terrorist who wants to watch the world burn, finally regaining her memories and ending her story. Yeah, we ended Maria's story. I will miss being Maria. No more catsuit. So
Sad.
everyone is done except for Osawa and Minorikawa, and we can't fix Minorikawa until we fix Osawa. So we are.
Sour.
Let's jump over to him. Hopefully this is the jump at least, because otherwise I'm very lost.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kenji Osawa. Da-da-da-da.
We did it. Yeah.
We got this. Oh, yeah.
Who's gonna do? We can do.
There you go. Now you can see. And we are driving. As he was driving past Oyama, Osawa spotted a man he recognized walking along. He pulled up alongside him and called out through the window. Mr. Minorikawa!
I'm sorry, I have to laugh for 2 seconds because this man is like a world-renowned virologist, right?
Uh-huh.
His car old as... Anyway. Anyway. Mr. Osawa, sorry, but I haven't been able to look into that thing you asked me about yet.
I love how this man was literally in a bathroom and did not wash his face. Like, he's still got all of that stuff from the bombing.
Right. I mean, when you go through a bombing, I think, you know, you gotta show off your battle scars.
I don't like having anything on my face, so like not noticing that there's a bunch of dirt on it would not be my thing.
Like, he's probably like, you got a little something in you. Never mind.
Yeah, you've got a little something
on your face.
I see. That's quite all right. The business with Ayan Tanaka could wait until later. Right now, he needed to focus on protecting Shibuya. If he didn't get his hands on that antiviral...
You're caught up in something big, aren't you?
How do you know that?
Because I'm Minoru Minorikawa.
Well, the man's egotism had some justification. Maybe he didn't know the details, but he clearly had some inkling about Osawa's situation. Something clicked in Osawa's mind. He was up against the wall. Okoshi Pharmaceutical had told him they were going to just let Maria die. He was past the point where he could resolve this peaceably. Peaceably?
Peaceably, yeah.
I don't know if that's a word, but okay. But he was not going to give up without a fight.
Right. Peacefully.
Yeah, at the very least, there is another word that people use more often. When it came time, Osawa was sure this man could help him. Well, that'll make this simpler, I guess. Get in. I'll tell you everything. Minorikawa thought for a moment, then got into the passenger seat.
Would you like or
Yeah.
I can't.
As he drove to the lab, Osawa filled Minorikawa in on all the details. The reporter listened intently, occasionally interrupting to ask a question.
So, how are you planning on getting your hands on the antiviral?
He asked when Osawa had finished. I'm not sure. I figured I'd think of something after I got there. Minorikawa let out a nasal chuckle.
Just improvising, huh? Ah, well. I'll back you up. At least I know I found my way into something important.
Last time we
Wee.
got here, we got arrested immediately.
Oh yeah, good times.
They pulled up outside the lab and the two men got out of the car. Hey, look, it's
Oh
happening
shit!
again.
Oh, haha! Flashbacks.
Immediately, a team of security guards burst through the gate and forced Osawa to the ground.
Hey,
Minorikawa
what
protested.
the hell is this?
The guards had grabbed him as well. Unhand me! Osawa yelled. I'm Kenji Osawa. This is my lab.
Mr. Osawa?
Minorikawa shouted.
What the hell is going on here?
But Osawa was just as confused, because, unsurprisingly, he also has no idea what's going on.
He never knows what's going on, let's be very honest.
Yeah. He looked up to see Makino standing before him. Sir, tell these thugs to let me go! But Makino just frowned silently down at him. So, not only will you not help me, you're actively getting in my way? Osawa glared up at his boss. Maria's life, no, countless human lives are at risk.
And there's nothing that you alone can do about that. That's what I need you to understand.
Makino gave a signal to the guards, who proceeded to drag Osawa away. The scientist writhed with despair at his own impotence. In the end, there was nothing I could do. Well, I think we just hit a bad end with him, too.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Number 3, Makino's meddling. Osawa decided to try to get the antiviral directly and even got some unexpected help from Minorikawa along the way. Unfortunately, upon arriving at the lab, they had a run-in with Makino and his security goons. It looks like Osawa's just not going to be able to get into his laboratory. He'll have to make some other decision. Okay, so we need to change that decision that we made earlier.
Our bad.
Our bad, whoops.
That's what we get for being cocky.
We thought we could go all yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and
Yeah.
it didn't work out for us.
It's like, I want to be an action star now. I'm tired of being the nerd. Well, it didn't work, so you're a nerd.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take Makino at his word.
Yeah.
Still, he'd just have to take Makino at his word. Right now, that was his only course of action, because otherwise, if you don't, we get stopped at the lab and it doesn't end well for anyone.
Oh yeah.
Osawa sat down in front of his computer and quietly closed his eyes. If only I could just go to sleep and wake up tomorrow morning and find all of this resolved. All I'm asking for is a miracle. But he knew reality would never be so kind. He could hold his eyes shut as long as he wanted, and it wouldn't make this hopeless situation go away. He felt the anxiety welling up inside him until it seemed like he was going to explode. Needing a distraction from his helplessness, Osawa opened up Ayanet. He knew that this was mere escapism, but he couldn't just sit and do nothing while waiting for Makino to call back. He posted a new topic with the title, Aya Fortune Teller.
Here we go again. Back to the fan club. When all in the world is lost.
Exactly.
Look,
Look,
fan club.
if nothing else has
Escapism.
you, fandom does.
Oh yeah. Oh, faux shizzle.
I tried the
Just leave
Aya
you
Fortune Teller. My results basically said I was a bad person who can't connect to the people around me.
Oh no, not even your fandom has your back.
I know.
Sucks.
And you know what? That's exactly right. I'm only interested in my own little world. That's probably why my wife and my assistant at work got so fed up with me.
Oh my god, so are you telling me that this hoe right here only listens to Aya Kamiki and her fortune? Is that it? Is
Yeah,
that
pretty
the
much.
only way that he like self-reflects upon his person?
I know. Is this a forum or is this your personal diary, my dude?
It's like the magic conch shell. You have to ask the magic conch shell yes or no, and then it tells you what to do.
It's the same with my two daughters. What sort of things are they interested in? Do they have a lot of friends? What are their aspirations for the future? He types really
Not
slowly and
nice.
it's really bugging me.
Their aspirations for the future, let me tell you, sir, is not to die.
Yeah, at the
So,
moment, neither one of them's doing fantastic. I don't know any of those things. It never even occurred to me to find out. I'm such a
yeah.
terrible father. Look, other than the one time he hit one of his kids, like, he's just been an absent father.
Yeah. Even
Osawa,
though, look at how cute they are with their matching stuff.
they are
Anyway.
very cute. Osawa's fingers seized their tapping on the keyboard as he thought back to when Maria and Hitomi were younger.
Yay! Yay!
The two girls would follow him around like a pair of puppies. Their father was their everything. That much was clear just by looking at their faces. He'd felt a ticklish giddiness at having his girls cling to him so. He'd never felt anything like it in his life. But there were times when he also found it tiresome.
Boo! Anyway, no.
I assume that most parents feel that way.
Oh yeah, after 45 to 50 hours of that, yeah.
Yeah. And you like, as a parent, you can't just give them back to someone else.
That's why they milk daycare.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, there is a reason why I feel like children should be a, like, decision you think about a lot.
oh
If
yeah.
only because you can't, like, you can't just drop them when you don't want to deal with their shit.
Right. Exactly.
I am sick of being the person I am. There's nothing I can do about that, though. I'm sure it's far too late for me to change. Bullshit. Change starts today.
It's too late. That's what he's singing.
He poured out all of his negative emotions into his post. It felt like a stream of consciousness drivel, but he didn't hesitate to write it down all the same. He wanted other people to know what a miserable excuse for a human being he was. At last, when he couldn't think of anything else to add, he posted his bitter confession to the forum. He was staring numbly at the monitor when he heard a furious shout from the next room.
You have got to be kidding me.
It was Kajiwara, and Osawa had never heard him so angry.
I'm angry. Oh wow, look at them. They look so serious.
Osawa headed into the living room and found Kajiwara embroiled in a vehement argument with the other detectives.
Watch them be arguing about what's the best barbecue or some shit. Like, I would be surprised. Or what's the best fruit, since he's obsessed with fruit.
No, I don't want the banana in your pocket.
Right. I don't care what HQ's policy is. I will not just quietly go along with this.
Kajiwara had already screamed himself red in the face.
You're out of line.
Snapped one MPD detective. His name is Kichi Sawatari with the Metropolitan Police Department's first criminal investigation section. Having heard of Kajiwara's past deeds from friends at the Shibuya precinct, he recommended to his boss that Kajiwara be assigned to the investigation of the Osawa residence. After seeing the detective's interactions with Osawa, he's confident that his recommendation was in the right. However, given the circumstances, he can't help but take a cold stance towards Kajiwara.
Hold your tongue. I don't know why he's from Texas. I don't care if I'm out of line. May have talent, I'll give you that.
The other detective said.
But you're a precinct detective, and this isn't your jurisdiction. It's not your place to question orders from higher up.
Wait, Osawa thought. Kajiwara really is a real detective after all?
What did you think he was, a fake one?
Maybe.
Go on. Explain the situation to Mr. Osawa.
Kajiwara bit his lip in frustration at the other detective's order.
Well,
He said. But before he could say more, Osawa noticed that the police equipment had all been cleared off the table.
serious time?
Hold on, Osawa said. What's going on? Has something happened?
Allow me to explain, sir.
Kajiwara said. His bitterness showed plainly on his face.
I'm bitter. We've been recalled, sir.
The MPD has established a security force headed by members of its Public Security Bureau to deal with the bioterrorist threat. Because the kidnapping task force has not yet found Maria, and she is infected with the virus, the task force personnel have instead been absorbed into the security force and will continue their work under its direction. Osawa narrowed his eyes, fighting to keep the confusion from his face. What do you mean by that? He was shaking, terrified to have his suspicions confirmed.
I'm truly sorry, sir, for having been unable to help you.
Kajiwara gave a deep and solemn bow. But, Maria, what's going to happen to Maria?
Another unit has been tasked with bringing your daughter into custody, sir.
That much, at least, Osawa could process. You're going to place her under quarantine, aren't you? Kajiwara's lips stiffened, but he nodded.
In order to minimize the spread of the virus, so I'm told.
No! Osawa cried. You can't do that! If you do, there won't be any way to save her! His head spun. Please, I beg of you, you need to get Maria to me. I might be able to save her. When Kajiwara didn't respond, he turned to the other detectives. Please, you can't place Maria under quarantine! But the detectives' only answer was to avert their eyes. Why are you all ignoring me? Please, you have to listen. If you bring her to me, I can figure something out. I know I can. He plunked himself down on the floor, yelling and flailing his arms like a child throwing a tantrum.
Oh no.
The detectives exchanged sullen looks with one another and then walked off and left him there. He
evil.
knew he must be a sorry sight, but nevertheless he kept shouting after them. Please, don't stand by and let my daughter die! I think they've decided to stand by and let his daughter die.
Yeah.
Only Kajiwara remained with him in the living room.
I'm sorry, sir. This was beyond my ability to stop.
He gave another apologetic bow. Osawa suddenly felt deflated. No, you've done a fine job, Detective Kajiwara. It's me who should be sorry. I've made such a disgraceful display of myself.
That's not true, sir. In fact, I'm deeply moved. I can tell how much Maria must mean to you.
Osawa shook his head. If I'd really been thinking about Maria, I would have made an effort to work with you detectives more. That was all just self-absorbed shouting, a moment of emotional selfishness.
And yet, as a result, you convinced me to stay here with you.
Kajiwara proceeded to pull out his phone and put in a request with the task force headquarters to remain at the Osawa residence. He got in a heated spat with his commanding officer, but ultimately received permission to stay on as the police liaison with Osawa.
Well,
The detective said when he'd hung up.
See, there are some people who are legitimately moved by a parallel display of emotion, in which I'm not certain what I can do very much in staying here with you.
That's not true, Osawa said. There's plenty you can help me with. He looked into Kajiwara's face and smiled. For instance, all right, I can have a banana whenever I want. You find things that have gone missing, or that fried egg on rice you made me was delicious.
Wow, is this a date? Oh, wow. What would Osawa say? Shit.
Apparently, he'd say any of the three of these things.
Hey, yeah, bananas.
Is that a banana in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah.
I can have a banana whenever I want. Kajiwara returned Osawa's grin even more brightly.
My maturity level is not able to tell you. Anyway. Yes, of course. By all means, have as many as you like.
He then produced a pair of bananas from his pocket, handing one to his companion.
Why do you have that? So weird, you guys.
Osawa peeled his banana and took a hearty bite.
Just two bros eating bananas across each other, no big deal.
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Oh, yeah.
Um, the mild sweetness was pleasant and soothing. It was a flavor that brought back memories.
I often eat bananas when I go to the park with my daughter.
Kachiwara muttered between mouthfuls. I didn't realize you had a daughter, detective.
She just started grade school this year.
Oh, really? She must be adorable.
Well, I don't get to see her as much as I'd like.
A lonely sort of smile crossed Kajiwara's face. Why's that?
Getting that braid. Doing this job caused me to neglect my family. Finally, about 2 years ago, my wife hit me with the divorce paperwork. Wanted to be able to keep our daughter with me, but, well, the law tends to favor the mother when it comes to custody issues.
The detective then pulled 2 bars of chocolate from his pocket. It's good
Ah,
to have
yeah,
something.
chocolate banana.
That's you.
Oh, wait, that's me.
That's you,
It's good to have something sweet when you're exhausted.
he said. Osawa took one, but said nothing.
More recently, my ex-wife has been talking about getting remarried,
Kajiwara continued.
and she wants me to stop seeing her daughter.
He bit into his own chocolate bar with a soft snap.
It's no less than I deserve. But it still hurts.
Osawa couldn't help but sympathize. The man was losing his daughter. Here was someone he could really talk to. He was sure of that much now.
OMG besties.
Detective, I apologize. I've kept things from you because I was worried that they involved classified corporate information.
Oh?
Kajiwara's eyes glimmered with interest. Earlier today, I received some emails. They could be pertinent to the case.
Would you mind letting me see them?
Osawa shook his head. On the contrary. Back in front of his computer, Osawa saw that IONET was still open. Pretty Honey had responded to his forum post. All right, do we want to read the response or close the browser? We gotta know what Kano's future father-in-law says.
Know. We gotta know what Pretty Honey says.
One moment, just let me read this. Osawa read the response. I got that same result. Do you really think it's too late? Don't give up hope. Hang in there. It's never too late. Every family has its share of problems. Like, you'll never find one that doesn't, I'm sure. When it comes to family, there's no such thing as game over. So don't let it get you down, Julie.
The emojis just get me.
Besides, I did learn one thing from reading your post. In the end, a father's happiness is his daughter's happiness.
Oh my god. If I picture that man typing that emoji, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I love it.
10 out of 10.
Kajiwara peered into the monitor.
A young girl is posting to a forum for people 40 and older?
It's Pretty Honey. She always replies to my threads. The detective furrowed his brow.
Oh, I see. Wink. Okay.
Is something the matter?
I ship it. I mean, no. That last line there just had me curious is all. Young girl writing something like that, well, that's neither here nor there right now. Let me see those emails if you would. I don't want to know what you're doing. You said that.
Osawa opened his email. He pulled up the images of the human testing on the monitor.
Oh, shit. What is this?
Kajiwara stared at the monitor as if unable to look away. These are images of unauthorized clinical testing of an antiviral drug I developed, carried out by my company without my knowledge.
Image of a... I'm sorry, what was that?
The detective frowned at the unfamiliar terminology. In simple terms, the antiviral is a wonder drug to combat the WA virus.
Hold on. Ari is infected with the WA virus, isn't that right?
Yes. WA is a species of virus discovered in South Africa relatively recently. Roughly 12 hours after infection, patients develop a cough, then a fever, then begin vomiting, and ultimately begin to bleed uncontrollably from all over, resulting in death. The mortality rate is... Osawa was reluctant to say it. Kachiwara held his breath, waiting. It's nearly 100%.
Well, shit.
Kachiwara shuddered.
But wait,
He said after a moment.
if you have this wonder drug, then Mario...
Osawa shook his head. Without Tanaka, I have no means of getting it out of the lab. Kajiwara's frown deepened.
I see. It may not be much to go on, but I think we can put together at least one piece of our little mystery here. Pardon me a moment.
A mystery is something difficult or impossible to explain, an enigma. You see plenty of books titled The Mystery of Such and Such or The Secret of Whatever on bookstore shelves, but when you read them, you're invariably disappointed by the mystery not being that mysterious after all.
Oh my god, such a damn move.
Kajiwara inspected the email address of the sender, A, then brought up the mail header.
You don't see email addresses like this much. Seemingly from a foreign country, but that may be fake.
You can tell that just from the email. The detective flashed a little grin.
Well, it's in English, first of all, and we're in Japan, so, no, and take a look here. So if we just do this, and then this...
His fingers flew over the keyboard, calling up the header details, singling out the received from field.
This set of 4 numbers at the bottom is the sender's IP address. Think of it as an ordinarily hidden location marker of sorts.
As he spoke, the detective pulled up a website called IP Station. He copied and pasted the set of 4 numbers and pressed the enter key. The monitor showed the name of the provider, connection method, and other such details. A provider is a vendor that provides an internet connection service. A typical internet connection requires a dedicated line. Customers who don't already have one must make a contract for one with the provider. When the provider establishes your connection to the internet, you are assigned an identifying number called an IP address. Osawa couldn't make heads or tails of most of it, but one thing drew his eye. Access point, Shibuya Ward, Tokyo.
Oh shit.
Kajiwara went into the mail program's options and checked the server info for Osawa's connection. Deep furrows formed in his forehead.
We're very close together right now. This is the same provider that you use, Mr. Osawa.
What does that mean?
What kind of internet connection do you have here at your house?
What sort? Well, it's plugged in over there, but... Osawa pointed at the router.
And does everyone in your family use that same line?
Yes, I think so. Kajiwara opened up a command prompt, then typed ipconfig. A command prompt is a literal prompt for users to issue computer control commands via keyboard instead of mouse, also frequently used to refer to the window or program allowing for such.
Hacker voice. I'm in. Okay, so if the same numbers we saw before pop up here, that's about time.
Oh? Osawa stared at the monitor. Kajiwara pressed enter, and a black window covered in white alphanumeric characters appeared.
What the heck?
Kajiwara muttered under his breath. Wait, what's going on? Osawa asked. Explain simply so that I can understand.
That was me with your virology terms. Faking an email address is simple enough, but the typical person wouldn't be able to fake an IP. It's very likely these emails were sent from another computer inside this house.
This is incorrect nowadays, in case anyone wanted to know. You can spoof an IP address fairly easily. Osawa had to stifle a gasp.
I'm scared!
The emails had been sent from his own house at around 11 o'clock that morning. Since Osawa hadn't sent them himself, that left only one possible culprit. I.
Is she behind them?
Suddenly his phone rang, nearly startling him out of his seat. Makino's name showed up on the incoming call display. Osawa quickly picked up. Is there an update on the emergency board meeting? He blurted. Makino's voice was quiet and subdued.
I tried pulling whatever strings I could, but to no avail. I'm afraid holding a board meeting today just won't be possible.
The phone fell from Osawa's hand. His only possible means of saving Maria was now gone.
I mean, if we went over there, obviously we'd get arrested,
Yeah.
so.
But we've hit his to be continued, so we're doing the right thing, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Hmm.
See, I think I called it pretty early on. I'm like, I think I hella sus. Like, I'd never trusted I for whatever reason. She always seemed hella sus. Like, I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was like, what are we doing this time? Are we getting hit on?
I don't remember what we did last time, but
Yeah, good times.
we'll say, is it fun? Because I think that's where we ended up.
Oh yeah, that's
Because then he's gonna
true.
go run and get something more lethal.
Oh yeah, and then he won't get beat up on the street
Hmm.
and die or something.
But also, he
Yeah,
won't go kill Achi either. So
that's true. That was sad with my boy Archie. Like, don't do
yeah,
him dirty. Don't do him dirty like that.
I
Fuck.
know. He died a lot last time.
Yeah, what was those with running him over and freaking like what was it, like getting, was he stabbed? I forget, like, or beat up, like with
Yeah, he was beat
the
up.
leg. Like,
Um,
damn.
we ran him over with Kimizuka. I think we did something else too, but I don't remember. All right.
Ray.
If
Oh
you're heading
boy.
to that publishing office again, I can get you there in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Kimizuka's. Oh wait, where? Midorikawa.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, where am I? Okay. Kimizuka's driving was as smooth as always. He wove his way skillfully through a series of back streets. Back. All right.
There was some big explosion earlier.
The main roads are all gridlocked.
The main roads
Oh,
are all
wait, that's you.
gridlocked.
Never mind. He explained and stuff. Yeah, Midorikawa butter. I was there when it happened.
Oh, wow, really? I'm glad to see you're not hurt then. Still, what a terrible thing. That minivan, I hear someone was inside when it exploded. I'm not sure if you were aware.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Aha! Nothing gets past a reporter like you, I see.
Kimizuka flashed Midorikawa an approving smile through the rearview mirror. If only he knew.
How much have you heard then? Rumor has it that the person who died was a middle-aged man.
Oh? Uh-huh.
We taxi drivers tend to hear quite a bit ourselves.
Kimizuka chuckled, but Midorikawa just cast his eyes down forlornly.
You look tired, sir.
Yeah, I guess so. Very tired. His reply was fairly up. Even though that was loud as fuck, I'm sorry. Taxi stopped outside of Heaven Publishing. The trip had taken 10 minutes on the dot. Thanks. Hinarikawa left a 1,000 yen bill on the seat and exited the cab.
Sir!
Called after him. Hinarikawa turned back around. Kimizuka was leaning out the window to point at him.
It isn't called work because it's fun, sir. The day will be over soon enough. Just hang in there a little bit longer.
Get you a motivational taxi man like this man right here.
We love Kimizuka.
Oh yeah, we stand. Midorikawa cracked a ghost of a smile. Maybe his spirits had been lifted, just a tiny little bit, by our bro TP. Thank you. He replied, "You're a true friend." Just the working man. He waved half-heartedly, then headed into the building.
I'd like to point out this is possibly the only person that Minorikawa has parted ways with, and they haven't wanted to beat him up.
Oh yeah, I think that's his new bestie for sure.
Mr.
All taxi
Mino!
drivers know each other. Chiaki threw herself at him as soon as he opened the door to the editing office. The explosion was playing on television. Minorikawa marched straight to his desk and opened up his laptop. That surprisingly isn't fried. While it booted up, he tried to get a handle on the current situation. Where are the folks from the loan company? He asked.
They're here.
Chiaki said.
I have them waiting downstairs.
Oh shit. Do they know Toyama's dead?
I'm sorry, I kind of let that slip.
Not Hano.
I'm not sure. I haven't heard from her since she called earlier.
But the tiny Sayamino started typing at his laptop. It's been a day, fams. By some miracle, his 6 pages of the copy were nearly wrapped up. Still, he needed to do whatever it took to see his job through to the end. That would have served as his final tribute to Toyama's memory. He loaded his copy to the DTP software in order to set the layout. Bit by bit, actual magazine articles began to take shape. Then the editing department door swung open.
Hey!
The young man barged in the first, kicked over a stack of books.
How long you gonna keep us waiting, huh? I feel like we've done these guys' voice so many times, and I never remember what their voices sounded like, so they've been different every time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just give them Brooklyn accents for no reason.
Honestly, Segawa, must you be so rowdy?
A middle-aged man stepped up alongside him.
Are you Mr. Minorikawa then?
Yes, as his eyes fixed on the journalist. Held out his business card. Goodness.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Asao Ozu from Takarada Financing. My deepest sympathies about Mr. Toyama. However, I'm afraid we do need you to give us back the money we loaned. Takarada Financing is a black market lending firm that offers loans at an interest rate above what the law allows, well known for taking whatever steps necessary to collect what's owed. Its business card slogan, got bad credit, but you need a loan? Call anytime. We'll put together a loan that suits your needs. And
That's
if you
a
don't,
filthy
we'll
lie!
take your kneecaps.
Yes. Despite his polite tone, the threat in his voice was plain. Look, next month's issue of 4-Star General Gossip is definitely coming out. Could you please wait for repayment until we have the funds for those sales? Minako asked. That was exactly what Toyama's plan had been, after all.
Well, we certainly aren't monsters. If the magazine's gonna be making you money, we wouldn't mind delaying another month. You really mean it?
Really? Jackie chirp.
To clarify, that would be the case if Toyama were still alive. Release of the next issue is all well and good, but with Toyama gone, so too is the company. That'll make full repayment of what we're owed impossible, I expect.
That leg, though. Then what do you want us to do? Minoriko asked coldly.
How about we just cut to this chase?
Growled the younger man, Sagawa.
Dig out your ears and listen up.
Jackie recoiled in panic, and Minorikawa held up an interposing hand. You're hella loud. Knock it off, he said. You're scaring the young lady. A thin smile came to Ozu's face.
All we want to know is where Mr. Toyama's daughter is. Yeah, that's right.
Sagawa-san?
Tell us where the girl is. No way! Ahana's just a little kid. She doesn't have any responsibility to pay back the... We're aware of that. Nevertheless, we'd still like to know where she is. Can you not?
This makes everyone uncomfy. The law didn't matter right now. Guys like this had all sorts of ways of wringing money out of people. This was clear from the looks on their faces, and Ozu and Sagawa had some wicked scheme up their sleeves, which I will definitely slap them for.
Unless, of course, you would prefer to take on Toyama's debts, Mr. Minorikawa. You are quite the accomplished reporter, after all.
On his debts, huh? Minorikawa didn't know how much Toyama had borrowed, but it only took one look at these guys to tell him it was no small sum.
How about it?
Ozu asked.
The way you land scoop after scoop, I'm sure you'll be able to repay us in full before you die.
Oh shit. Just you wait, Hana is about to be Aya Kamiki's new songwriter, and then you'll be sorry.
Hmm.
True.
Look, Aya
True.
Kamiki is gonna do a great diss track someday.
Oh yeah. Minorikawa fiercely returned his stare.
All right, are we gonna take on the debt? Are we going to ask for some more time? Or could we just ask them to call it even?
I feel like that's the Minorikawa thing to do.
These guys kind of look like they're ready to take our kneecaps or abduct a small child,
Yeah,
you know.
we'll take on the dead because we know that she's really talented in her songwriting.
All right.
Alright, I'll take on the dead. Minorikawa's tone was resolute. But not just yet. Let me finish up this job here first.
Very well. I suppose we can wait at least a little while longer.
Come on, how much is it? The two men from Takada Financing plunked themselves down on the editing department sofa.
Mr. Mino,
See,
please. You
no,
can't
go ahead.
you can't agree to something like this.
If I don't, these guys are just gonna keep threatening poor little Hana.
But still.
That's none of our concern, he said. What I need to know is how your piece on those straight interviews are coming.
But I mean, those guys, they said it doesn't matter if the issue comes out or not.
Don't be ridiculous. When a professional agrees to take on a job, they see it through to the end. Yaki took his point and scampered to grab the printout of her copy. Minorikawa gave it a quick once-over. He saw immediately that the piece was lacking in structure. That's a lot of six. He then read the article a second time, checking the finer details.
I'd like to point out he is very stressed at the moment.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's like a lot. That's like a lot. Yeah, technically you aren't obligated to pay another dead person's debt until you start paying. This is how debtors trick you. Oh.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Loophole. Hey. Okay, no. This is no good. Rewrite it. He thrust his printout back at Chiaki.
Yes, sir.
She bowed her head and retreated to another desk. Oh, wow. This boy hella stressed.
He's just chain smoking at this point.
Literally, he's not even finishing it. Like, he's just like, I bet he literally opened the pack, stuffed a bunch on his mouth, and see what happens.
Is he a cartoon character?
Yes, he is a cartoon character, yes. Also, I'm just like looking at those like debt collectors and like they can't break your kneecaps if you break theirs first. Oh, okay. That's the other loophole. Anyway, the TV was still on. A news broadcaster voice suddenly broke through the silence, as well as Minorikawa's concentration.
We're live on the scene now, where an explosion in Shibuya has...
Minorikawa gazed blatantly at the screen. He found his mind drifting to a particular memory of Toyama. Oh shit! The door looked like it might fall apart at any moment, but Minorikawa didn't care. He pounded it as hard as he could. The Toyama nameplate popped off and fell to the floor. It was hard to believe this dilapidated apartment, damn it, was the home of a newspaper editor who worked his way up from a reporter. Hey, Toyama, get your ass out here! At the sound of Minorikawa's angry shouting, other tenants on the floor poked their heads out of the rooms to stare. He paid them no heed, continuing to call out, because who gives a F? Eventually, Toyama opened the door, dressed in his sweats and undershirt.
Quiet down, you moron!
Snapped.
Come on in. I tried to ignore you.
Wow. I hear you tendered your letter of resignation on the paper. Minorikawa sat cross-legged on the tatami-covered floor. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but... Okay. Toyama crooked a lopsided grin.
You want to know why I quit, huh? All right. Lean in close.
Closer. Closer. No, okay. Minorikawa appeared at him dubiously. Huh? Why?
I don't want anyone overhearing this.
Resigned, Minorikawa leaned forward and turned his right ear toward Toyama. The man's warm breath against his cheek was pretty unsettling, as was his little mustache. At first, he had trouble concentrating on Toyama's story, but then the older man got to the crux of the matter, found himself listening with a rapt attention. By the time Toyama finished, Minorikawa was unable to suppress his shock. You're starting your own publishing company?
Not so loud, damn it!
Toyama shushed him with a finger on his lip. He looked around warily as if there might be spies on his own apartment. Right, but a publishing company? Damn! Minorikawa said again, what can I leave this up? What are you doing for your distributor account? All booksellers were required to use a wholesale distributor to circulate their publications. To do business with such a distributor, a publisher needed a specialized distributor account. You're not going to let a company with no track record open a new account with a distributor. I'm sure you must realize that. Toyama grinned. Proud gleam in his eyes. Wow, I can talk today.
I know. That's why I bought one.
Yeah. Oh, you bought one?
A ghost account belonging to a publisher that went bankrupt.
Distributor accounts could go for tens of millions of yen. There was no way Toyama could afford that on his severance pay alone. He must have taken out a loan in order to make the purchase.
You know, he could just sell some of the books he's got behind him.
True.
He looks like a hoarder.
Oh yeah, in this episode of Hoarders.
Yeah.
But the publishing industry was in a slump nowadays. People just weren't buying books much anymore. Starting up a new publishing company was a beyond risky endeavor.
And I've already decided on a name for my company, Minorikawa.
Toyama's face was positively gleaming.
Get this. Heaven Publishing.
Heaven? That sounds fatalistic.
The idea is that the people who work for me will feel like they're in paradise.
For all his kvetching about keeping quiet, Toyama was now exclaiming pretty loudly himself. I mean, I can appreciate your willingness to take a risk, but surely your wife must have objections, Minorikawa said. Toyama fell silent. He went and opened up the refrigerator. Oh no. Minorikawa took a peek inside. Shelves were mournfully spare, holding little besides beer cans and drinking snacks.
The missus left me. Took our daughter with her.
Oh. Those scant few words painted the picture clearly enough. Toyama grabbed a can of beer and tossed it to his guest.
But no more sob stories.
Well, he briskly cracked open his own can of beer. Weak foam bubbled at the top.
Cheers, Minorikawa, to Heaven Publishing's big debut.
He cast everything aside and was striving for a new beginning. If the man had braced himself for the challenge, it was Minorikawa's place to tell him that he was making a mistake. Even if it was an uphill battle, he had little chance of winning. Congrats, Mr. Toyama. Minorikawa held a tab on his beer can.
Cheers.
Two of them clicked their cans together.
Kanpai.
Kanpai. This is a big mistake, bitch. 1 year later had passed since Toyama founded Heaven Publishing. Minorikawa poked his head into the editing office, a bag from the convenience store in hand. Hey boss, how's business? Oh no.
How does it look like it's doing?
Toyama said amidst a veritable amount of returned stock, his expression bleak.
Bookstores do not purchase the books they sell, but rather take them on consignment. This allows them to return to the publisher any books that do not sell.
The books were all bulky non-fiction tomes, not exactly the sort to fly off the shelves. The man couldn't even muster a smile for the reunion.
It's been like this for every non-fiction book we put out.
Wow, starting right off the bleak stuff, huh?
Because things are bleak. The only thing that's selling is this gossip rag of ours.
Norikawa pulled some beer cans from his bag, handing one to Toyama. Toyama lifted an issue of 4-star General Gossip from atop his desk. It was Heaven Publishing's one breadwinner, the only thing keeping the company afloat. But the gossip now seemed like it was buried in the red of the publisher's non-fiction release.
I really did have higher aspirations than this.
Toyama sighed, gazing in disappointment at the piles of unsold books.
But here we are, with our gossip magazine as our only viable publication.
The beleaguered bookseller chugged his beer.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
Norikawa was startled to hear a young child's voice. Wow, she looks way more professional.
She is.
Oh shit. We ought to start selling fiction. I mean, he turned around to see a little girl nestled between the stacks of returned stock.
That's my daughter, Hana.
Toyama said.
It's complicated, but she's living with me now.
Oh, I see. Norikawa couldn't press for more details with Hana right there. In all likelihood, things with Toyama's ex-wife hadn't been going well.
Go on, introduce yourself.
Toyama said.
This is one of Daddy's work friends.
Hello, work friend. Hana turned to Norikawa with a bright little grin.
Hello, my name's Hana. I'm 6.
Adorable. You want some of this? Norikawa. No! Okay. Norikawa. I thought he was gonna offer beer.
No.
Oh, damn it, I was prepared for that. Norikawa held out a packet of dried squid he'd bought to go with the beers.
Sure.
Hana greedily stuffed her cheeks with the squid.
I love dried squid. She has good taste.
Toyama flashed a sheepish grin. Do you like living with your daddy, Hana? Norikawa asked, giving the girl's hair a gentle ruffle.
Uh-huh, I do. My daddy's amazing. He runs a company.
Toyama let out a tiny, involuntary sob at his daughter's ready praise.
I'll keep at it.
Toyama said, looking into his daughter's smiling face.
Hana is more important to me than any high aspirations I might have had. I'll keep shoveling out copies of the gossip, and at least make sure she's always got something good to eat.
Daddy, this is really tasty.
Hana held up the patch of dried squid. Tears welled in Toyama's eyes.
Next time I'll make sure she has some sashimi instead of something like this.
Hey, what do you mean something like this? Norikawa grumbled. I'm the one who bought it. Toyama and his daughter laughed together. It was a heartwarming sight, Norikawa thought. A father and his girl getting along so well. Toyama might have been a hard-hitting journalist, but he came home at the end of the day. He was just daddy. It was only natural for the man, as a father, to put his child above anything else. After gorging himself on snacks, Hana fell asleep on the sofa, looking well and truly satisfied.
You know me, Norikawa. Hana's happiness means more than my lofty artistic ideals ever could.
Toyama kept his voice low as he regarded his daughter's sleepy face. Sleepy. And from that day forward, Heaven Publishing has shifted its focus to scandal rags with 4-star General Gossip as its pillar. Had that been for good or for ill? Whatever the case, Toyama had abandoned his pride. Norikawa had watched him become more and more of a miserable wretch. That's rough, buddy. Norikawa snapped back into the present as a sheaf of pages appeared in front of his face.
Here you go.
Yaki said, radiating anxiety like same though. Right. Norikawa gave her a copy a close read over and then thrust back out to her. What did you even fix? He asked.
Um, could you please tell me what parts are wrong?
She mumbled, hanging her head. What are you talking about?
It just, well, we don't have a lot of time here, so I figure if I just fix the parts that need fixing.
Chucky trailed off in an indistinct mutter. Is that always how you go about fixing your copy?
Yes.
Then you're never gonna get any better. If someone tells you it's no good, you rewrite the whole thing from scratch. Just making fiddly tweaks here and there is what an amateur does. Chucky dipped her head even deeper, cringing at the reprimand. Minorikawa let out a tiny sigh. Look, what I just told you, that's what Toyama told me when I was first starting out. There were times he'd even have me do dozens of rewrites. At first I thought he was just pushing me around, but after rewriting things over and over, I realized something. There's a whole lot of ways you can write about the same thing. That's what helped me hone my skills as a writer. Chucky raised her head back up.
Oh, wow. Really?
You can get that, then stick with it. Write your submission deadline as close as you have to in order to write the best piece you can.
Okay, I can do it. I will do it.
Proud. Finally, Chucky's face brightened with a smile. That's the spirit. Now go make some magic. The woman might have talent, but she hadn't realized it yet. She needed to be able to stick to an assignment even when things got tough. If she didn't have that kind of resolve, she'd never make it as a freelancer. At first I thought that was a glove. Don't laugh at me. I thought it was a glove.
Oh, how touching.
I chimed in, applauding.
I'm almost moved to tears. They'll make a movie of this for sure. See, we had only been acquainted with that sad sap Toyama. We never knew there was such an upstanding fellow here who was so good at tough love.
Inokawa shot his feet and pounded his fist on the desk. That's about enough from the peanut gallery.
Hold your tongue.
Segawa snarled, his eyes shone with a vicious gleam.
We're getting sick of waiting here.
Segawa,
you really are a short-tempered guy, aren't you?
Oh yeah, he is. He's definitely got anger issues. Ozu clucked disapprovingly at the underling and then slid a sheet of paper onto Minorikawa's desk.
Nevertheless, I'm afraid we do require a decision now. If you'll just stamp here, we'll be on our way.
Chucky stared down at the document.
Is this a bond of recognizance? Yeah, that's right. That's what you write when transferring a debt.
Segawa puffed himself up proudly. Minorikawa silently looked over at the contract.
If you don't have a stamp, we'll gladly accept a signature as well.
He pointed out.
Face it, pal.
Segawa added.
If you don't hurry up and sign, we're never gonna stop going after Toyama's daughter.
Minorikawa snatched up a pen.
Mr. Mino, you can't do this. Think about what you're doing.
Chucky shouted.
If you go through with this, you'll just wind up like Mr. Toyama.
I won't.
Yes, you will.
Just who the hell do you think I am? I'm Minoru Minorikawa, damn it. I'm going to land so many scoops, it'll make your head spin. And I'm going to pay back his debt and rebuild Heaven Publishing.
But why would you take such a risk?
Chucky sobbed. Minorikawa lowered his voice. Because I owe him so much. No, not like that. I can't stand by and let these scumbags kill his daughter.
I will say that was weird timing for that.
It was very... Before Midoriko could sound, Segawa startled him with a sudden exclamation. Looking up, oh no. Midoriko saw that the loan sharks had seen little Hana standing by the door.
Get her!
Oh.
On a bus!
No! Ozu and Segawa rushed at the girl. Run! Minorikawa shouted. Hana bolted right out of the door, but Ozu managed to snatch her up just as he resisted. Oh no!
I mean, she is only 8. She doesn't have very long legs.
No.
Let's be on our way then, shall we?
Grand came onto Ozu's cruel face as he headed down the stairwell. Stop! Let her go!
Oh,
Oh no, Minorukawa rushed after them trying to grab the girl, but Segawa drove a punch right onto his face.
he's been hit a lot today, and
Oh
this
yeah.
is like the one time he doesn't actually deserve it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wait, I fell down the stairs. Oh shit, the pain staggered him. Oog. Nevertheless, he managed to press on. Get your hands off of that girl.
Oh, we're about to die.
No. Oh
Shut
my
your damn
God.
mouth.
What a bitch. Something harsh slammed into his chest. His vision went dark. He felt himself slipping from consciousness. Just before he blacked out, he heard Hana's voice.
I'm sorry, Uncle Minorikawa.
Oh no. Sorry. No, I'm the one who should apologize. But before his thoughts could go any further, Minorukawa passed out.
Yeah, I think something went wrong
It's
there.
a bad end.
Alright, number 62. Hana gets caught. Hana showed up at the office only to get caught by the moneylenders, and Segawa drop-kicked Minorikawa into unconsciousness when he tried to save her. It turns out Hana had been at the police station just before this, trying to decide if she should tell the police her father had been killed in the explosion. Then someone brought her to Heaven Publishing, which was clearly a mistake. I think we need to go, fix Kano.
Oh no, what the fuck? No. Kano, why? Yeah, if you team up with us, it's a 2-on-2 fight. We can take them. Yeah, I bet we can.
With Chiaki?
Yes. Kano decided to.
Alright, I guess we'll worry about Dumi.
Yeah. Began to worry about Rumi and decided to give her a call. Hey, Bae. Now that I can call you Bae now because your dad said yeah. Anyway. Phone rang several times before it went to voicemail. The fact that she hadn't picked up made Kano all the more anxious.
You told her and her dad to leave Shibuya.
Yeah,
You
this is
expect
all
her to
your
be
fault.
watching her phone?
Kano. He was still staring at the phone when he got a call of his own. Oh? And ooh. Then he peered at the incoming call display. His heart nearly stopped. There was Tatano's name. Kano quickly pressed the button to accept the call. Detective Tatano. Detective Tatano, is that you? There was a whole mountain of things Kano wanted to ask. What had Tatano been doing this whole time? Why had he let Al-Karwan go free?
Well, you see, he was being a murderer.
Oh yeah, and what had happened to Hitomi? Oh, we're very aware. And while he was trying to decide that question to pose first, Tatano spoke.
I've secured Maria Osawa.
What? The word came out as a startled gasp. Detective Tatano, have you... you have to bring her here ASAP, right now. She's... Tatano cut him off.
You need to bring Hitomi Osawa to my location at once.
Hitomi Osawa?
Yes, I heard over the wireless that the man from the U.S. Embassy had her in custody.
I hadn't been listening to the most recent wireless traffic. Apparently, Stanley had managed to find Hitomi. But what was Tatano getting at here? Wait, hold on. What for? I mean, why do you need me to bring Hitomi Osawa to you? There was no reply. Detective Tatano, answer me, please. Tatano replied, as if he hadn't heard Kano's question.
There's an office building in Nampedai called South Hill. I'll be waiting for you on the rooftop. If you don't bring her, I'll kill Maria.
Well, we can't have that, so... that grisly warning, he hung up. Kano's hand went limp. His phone slipped from his grasp and fell on the floor. Well, that's what I get for trying to call my wife.
I know.
Well, future wife.
Okay, so I think we have changed Minorikawa's fate.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that didn't change anyone else's.
Thank God.
Alright, We will,
Intercourse.
blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Blah, blah,
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah. What'd you fix? You're an
Fix up.
amateur if you don't just rewrite it.
Yeah. Hella good advice.
What
Be the
is
best.
with her outfit, man?
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
What is with 2 skirts?
I mean, when one isn't enough, I guess you need 2 skirts.
Isn't the big question why is one not enough?
You right. Also, there's a lot of like different patterns and shit going on
I
in there.
know.
I can't tell what her earrings are.
They're
But
big, whatever they are.
I do like the heart, the ring.
ring?
That's kind of cute, not gonna lie. A 2-skirt fashion icon. Oh yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. That's
No,
bad enough from the
seriously,
peanut gallery.
this bitch over here, like, if only we broke their kneecaps first, this wouldn't have happened. Damn, we need to figure out a way to break their kneecaps. I mean, if you're being blackmailed, is it illegal to break someone's kneecaps and call it, like, blackmail? Like, revenge for blackmail? I don't know how the law works.
I'm pretty sure it's still against the law. I'm pretty sure that's still assault.
Damn it. What if it's not assault? Self-defense, yeah, self-defense from debt. Yes. From blackmail debt, yeah. Oh my god, she has like 50 bracelets and another ring. Damn.
Look, she accessorizes a lot.
Wow.
Alright, here we go.
Mariko, ready his pen and sign the document.
Alright!
I got what you're.
Now we're talking!
A satisfied grin came to his face as he reached the contract. But before he could pick it up, Chiaki snatched it from the desk.
I'm not letting you do this!
Oh my god, she actually ate it! Crumbling the paper, she stuffed it right in her mouth.
Hey!
What the hell are you doing? It said the other guy, think
What the hell are you doing?
he tried to force Chiaki's mouth open. Oh wow.
Don't you dare, you bitch!
Would you touch a slobbery paper? But despite his frantic efforts, Chiaki managed to gulp the water paper down. I got blinked a few times.
Oh, you did not just do that!
It's only gonna come out one way. Also looked on dumbstruck.
Guess we gotta get a new contract from the office boss.
Bring as many as you want!
Chiaki declared.
I'll just keep eating them!
Girl, you some kind of damn goat or something? The mental image of a goat eating paper is a common one, dating back to long ago when paper was made solely out of plant material. If a goat were to eat modern paper, the wad of chemically treated pulp would go undigested and possibly cause an intestinal blockage. So please, do not feed paper to goats.
Now you know, kids.
Mhm.
Oh, Chiaki, now spit the paper out their faces. Yes, use
Yes.
bullet seed. Anyway, I gotta shove Chiaki up against the desk.
Ow! Cut it out! That hurts!
As she struggled to resist, Chiaki lurched toward the desk, planting one of her hands atop the TV remote control. One of her fingers happened to land on the volume button. Oh, nice, a visual aid. I appreciate that. Sound of the television suit hit the max volume.
We have just learned that the explosion earlier claimed the life of one man. While police have stated that there is a likelihood of foul play at work, they are also pursuing leads that this was a potential suicide.
They hadn't released a name, but they must have been talking about Toyama. Feeling the impact of his mentor's death all over again, Minorikawa slumped back into his chair, his body languid and lifeless. Oh man, maybe we should have.
I think we should have.
Oh shit, I think we have to go back then. That's the one thing that he could do for the friend he lost. Drop a new contract. I'll sign it.
Mr. Mino?
Don't argue with me. I made up my mind.
I just swallowed a goddamn piece of paper for you.
Right, how dare you?
That
Chiaki,
cannot be good for my digestion.
exactly. She's not a goat either, but still, damn. Chiaki fell silent.
No reneging on our deal now.
Ozu said
I
with a nasty sneer.
do hope you don't get any funny ideas about running out on us.
But Mirokawa didn't need the warning. He had no such plans. Mirokawa slapped a new contract on the desk.
Here, sign it.
Mirokawa signed for the second time. Mirokawa stepped in to make doubly certain that Chiaki couldn't eat it. Damn.
Look, girl tried her best. I do hope that you're able to earn enough to pay us back in short order, Mr. Minorikawa.
With a satisfied grin, Ozu smacked him on the shoulder. Lickety smack. Oh shit. What the hell? Midoriko's not on the deck of the ship sounded across the rolling waves? In order to pay back the loan as soon as he could, he had to quit his financially unreliable career as a freelancer. For over a year now, he'd been sailing the seas, tossed by winds and waves as he went in pursuit of his new goal. But as Minorikawa gazed out over the vast, wild ocean, his eyes shone with the self-same gleam that had lit them up on the days of the reporter chasing after truth. So, Kano gets to be a fisherman. Farmer, and Minorikawa gets to be a fisherman.
Mhm.
Cool. With pen exchange for fishing rod, he sought a brand new destiny, forged onward Minorikawa, for the diamonds of the sea, the rare bluefin tuna.
Tuna.
Have you had bluefin tuna?
I have had bluefin tuna. It is very good. Alright, number 61, A Man of the Sea. Minorikawa took on Toyama's old debt and was forced to set out for a new life at sea. But was that really Toyama who was killed in that explosion? Minorikawa's future might turn out differently if he hears who actually was inside that minivan.
Yeah, we don't know.
I hate to tell you guys I told you shit. I told you so. To the point that apparently I can't actually say it. But I told you so.
Yeah. Now we gotta do the thing.
Yeah, we gotta do the thing again. Please release the name. Blah, 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 blah. Just get to next. Save.
Da, da,
Da,
da.
da, da. Da, 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 da.
Just imagine Bugs Bunny tap dancing at this time. Thank you.
Alright, there we go.
Oh, we've done this like twice.
Alright. Get ready for this again. Blah, da, 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 da. Please read over my copy. No, it sucks.
If they announce Tanaka died, what will change about this? Well, knowing Minorikawa, I feel like if he heard who it was, he would be like, fuck this contract. He's still alive.
Well,
And
yeah,
then-
because they can't change the debt if Toyama's still alive.
Mhm. Exactly. So this means we won't have to suffer.
And also they'll
take-
leave.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like, really, I think we just want them to leave.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, you can't tell me what to do. Even though that's literally all of his mood. Literally all
Yeah,
the
pretty
time.
much.
Minorikawa is literally, you can't tell me what to do. Mhm.
Blah, 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 blah. Here, sign this.
No. No. Nevertheless, and the stamp, and then the volume.
Mhm.
The volume's gonna happen.
Yep, don't forget about Chiaki's snack.
Oh yeah. What a great snack.
Mhm. Very tasty.
Raise your hand if you've ever had raw paper before.
Like, I'm guessing she couldn't really chew it either, so that is just going to be painful later.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna have indigestion.
Yeah. Hopefully they have, like an antacid or something at the office.
Oh, yeah. Bow. Eating, yeah.
What am I doing? I mean, Horikawa didn't let me have a lunch break.
True. I mean, if I didn't have a lunch break, I probably would have done the same thing. Plot twist, the debt collectors are Tanaka's brothers, and they'll be devastated. Huh. Well, if they were brothers, what's the connection? Or that they're bald? Like, what? Like, I don't know what the connection is.
We have just learned that the identity of the victim.
Same.
We have just learned the identity of the victim killed in the explosion. Shibuya resident and a pharmaceutical executive.
Shibuya resident. Minarikawa tilted his hand in confusion.
I'm glad that that's what confused him and not
Right.
that Toyama was suddenly a pharmaceutical executive.
Right? Priorities, man. Toyama didn't live in Shibuya. What?
Once again, the victim of the explosion was Shibuya resident and pharmaceutical company executive Mamoru Tanaka. The cause of the explosion remains unknown. The police are still in the process of following up several potential leads. The site of the incident remains an alarming scene, with relief workers continuing to tend to the wounded.
More people in that area have spoken near unison.
Huh?
Huh?
Who's Tanaka?
Tanaka. Yeah. Oh, great timing.
Sorry, we need to do one of those 1, 2, 3 talk.
Huh? Who's Tanaka?
Yeah, there we go. All right, and we have hit our to be continued. I think this is probably a good place to stop for tonight. So let's see what the next time block is gonna bring us. Da 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 da. What's our preview?
Oh, yeah.
We only have 4. I missed Maria.
Yeah, that's sad.
Are you scared about meeting with your father? Someone's broken through our firewall.
We know who.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mino.
Oh wow, the fire.
You'll lose everything. All right, 5 to 6. Shit's gonna go down.
I'm scared.
All right.
Well.
And they've even removed Maria.
Oh, no more.
And apparently, like I can't even go between Osawa and Achi. I have to go like this.
And now it's a sausage fest, unfortunately.
Pretty much, yeah. All right. So next stream is not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Just as a reminder, we are taking a week off because I'm going to go visit Lemur. I'm very excited. I fly out tomorrow.
It'll be fun.
It should be very fun. So we will see you guys in a week and a couple days. Be safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, get vaccinated, and am I missing anything?
Stay sassy. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Stay sassy. Make good decisions. All right. We will talk to you guys in a while. And
yeah. Don't give money to loan sharks. That's all you do.
Yes. And if you do, just eat the contract.
Yes. And be a goat. Be the goat. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But also, if you're going to do that, make sure you have antacids.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. We will talk to you guys again soon. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.